That's our Samsung fridge. It's making a noise. I don't know if you can hear it or not. Coming from the back. Should I put my phone back here? But this was making this noise earlier. Kind of sounds like something vibrating. It's actually a fan inside the refrigerator. If you'll listen, when you open it, it'll stop. You can hear it coming from the back here. So I'll do that again. Close the door, and it starts back up. There's a fan spinning in the back of the fridge. But when you open the door, it stops the fan, but you can hear it kind of slowing down in the back. So I've already done this before. What's happening is in the back panel here, there's ice building up, and there's a fan that spins, and it's as the ice gets thicker, the fan clips the ice. So I fixed this before by taking that panel off and clipping the ice off. And so that was about a month ago, maybe 6 weeks ago. So I'm gonna do that again now. I'll show you how. All right, well, in order to get to that back panel, you gotta take out all these shelves. You gotta take out these drawers, and then you gotta take this out. So first thing I'm gonna do is empty out my whole fridge, and then we'll get started on taking out these bottom sections. So these two drawers just pull out. You can keep all the stuff in those. But the beverage drawer, if you have one of these, is, I mean, it also pulls out too, but it's a little more intensive. It just pulls out also, but you'll need two hands to get it out. Okay, so now you got all your drawers out, and your wife decided that she needed to clean the refrigerator. You can start working on getting all this internal stuff out, because you need to get to this back panel here, this rail that goes all the way down behind this tray, and then this panel. So all this stuff has to come out. So these shelves just lift out pretty easily. Just pick up on them. They pull out like that. So I'll do that with the other ones, and then we'll work on the bottom stuff. Okay, once you got the upper shelves out, then you'll have to take out your water filter, which might need a tool for. Okay, using this pair of pliers here. Turn it out. It should come out. A little bit of water. And then I think this comes off next. Okay, figure it out. So on either side here, there's these push tabs. There's one there. There's one in here. You have to push in on those. Maybe there's just one on one side. Push in on that, and then this will lift up. And you just pull on it, and this whole top shelf, or top part of this bottom shelf, comes out like that. So get that out of the way. That'll expose those 3 screws that you need to get to in the back. All right, now you just want to take out these 3 screws along here, and I think this one here also, because we're trying to get this whole panel off next. Okay, I lied. You don't have to take this screw out, but behind this tab here, pry that up. One more screw there, and that one you do have to take out. Okay, so once you take this final screw out here, this rail comes off. Now this panel can come out. Mine's probably going to be easier to come out than yours will, because like I said, I did this, I have to look up how long ago it was, but I think it was, 6 or 8 weeks ago. I was having the same problem with the fan making noise, and I had taken this panel, did all this, and the first time I took it off, it was harder to take off because it was stuck, because there's ice built up back here. It was kind of frozen to the back of the fridge, so you might have to pry it off a little bit, try to be gentle with it. There's some styrofoam back here, so where these little arrows are on the side here, There's little areas where it pops into little sockets. So if you want to try to pry those out first, and then should, I believe, just come out. I'm trying to get 2 hands on it. Okay, so I just kept running kind of my hands up one side, up the other side, just kind of prying it off, and now it's finally coming off. I think there's going to be a wire connector on this once this comes off, so be careful with that. So the styrofoam's getting stuck. Okay, there it goes. Mine's frozen here. Okay. So yeah, there's a connector up there, so make sure you don't pull on it. You want to make sure to disconnect these 2 plugs before you go too much further. Let me figure out how to do that real quick. Okay, so I got these 2 plugs off. They're pretty easy. Just got to push them on this connector on the blue one and the side of the white one. Let me close and reopen so we get some light. Okay, so you can see what my issue was. Here's the fan, right? This usually sits up against the back of the fridge here. This is where the fan sits. So what's happening is this ice is growing and it's entering this fan space here. And as the fan spins, it's contacting this ice, and that's what's making that noise. So as far as I understand, the issue is that there should be like a defrost setting on these coils. And so for whatever reason, mine isn't working. It could be a temperature switch on here that's supposed to signal the defrost setting to start once it freezes over, or some other electrical connection. So at some point I want to dig into it, but for now, I'm just trying to save this fan from making that noise and from burning out. So I'm just going to chisel away at this ice right here. So that it doesn't contact it anymore, and maybe I'll chisel away at some more ice. If you want, you could unplug the refrigerator or flip the breaker. Probably a smart idea, but I'm just going to be careful not to hit anything important and just focus on this area here. So I'm literally just taking a flathead screwdriver and holding it up against the ice here, and then hitting the back of the screwdriver with this, just kind of chiseling it away. If you have a heat gun or a hair dryer, that'd probably be helpful too. But the important thing is that you don't go too hard with the chisel or anything, because you don't want to crack the plastic back here, and you don't want to damage any of the coils back here. So just be careful, whatever method you choose. I'll take a picture once I take some of this ice off, but there's some important stuff around here you don't want to damage. All right, so I've made a huge mess, lots of ice. Gotta clean all that up, but looks a lot better than it did. So you can see, again, when you're doing that, be careful you don't hit anything important back here. This is a lot more ice that I took off than I did last time, so hopefully this lasts a little bit longer. But again, eventually I think one of these electrical components is bad, and so I should probably try to replace that at some point. But for now, I'm just gonna limp along, and maybe next time I'll try to fix my actual issue. So now, yeah, I'm just gonna clean up all this mess, reconnect these, put this back on as best I can. So you probably noticed that I tore some of this styrofoam taking it off. Some I tore last time I took it off. I'll just do my best to piece it all back together. This piece coming off there, but yeah, so I just put everything back together, and hopefully this will run trouble-free for another few months until I have to do all this again. So yeah, putting it back together is just the reverse of how you took it apart. The long screws for this fridge go in the middle. Just yeah, make sure that all your panels are pushed in so that your shelves fit in correctly. And hey, when you're doing the chipping with the ice, just be really careful. Again, there's some important electronics back there and metal pipes and stuff, so just go slow and take your time. Another good thing is the longer you do it, the doors are open. It gets warmer in here, the ice melts, it gets easier. So the longer you're at it, the easier the ice should come off. So I think that's about it. I know that fixed my problem for now. I closed the doors and checked, and it's not making the noise anymore. So hopefully this is helpful if you have a similar issue in your fridge. Just a quick check, this is my fridge, Samsung. But yeah, hope this is helpful. Thanks for watching.